Peace, y'all. What's going on? It's Kai here to give you the weekly forecast. And, these how the cards came out. I didn't stack them like this on purpose, outside of that's how they came out to it, which tells me, all right, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday going together. And this is what we have for this week. Oh, yeah. Interesting, huh? All right, let's jump right into it. It's Monday and Tuesday. We have Ogun for the LA. Either way, though. Let's look at these cards. Because visually, they tell us something, too. A lot of effort being used. Come on, let's get to it. So, going for the LA. Going for the LA. Dealing with loss, defeat, unfavorable outcome, but bravery in the face of certain loss. Being okay with defeat. Like, hey, just give it a rest. Oakland for that is overworking themselves. Their mind is not where it needs to be. Rest. Right? Step away from what you're currently doing. Now, the way those coming in to say that there's pleasure and happiness, influence of the great mother, if you will, who creates freely through the subtle pressure of the waters. That's what the card's description is saying. But it's telling us to move with the resistance, if you will. So that way there is no resistance you're giving to. Free yourself. All right, let's jump into Wednesday and Thursday. Interesting. Wednesday and Thursday we have Azaka, and then we have the ancestors. Let's jump into what they both can say, because this is interesting also from the energy that we just had from Monday and Tuesday, right? So for Azaka is hardworking. Azaka teaches us not to seek things that we don't necessarily need right now. Azaka's definition says, succumbing before the onslaught of inevitable forces, perseverance against great odds, success at a great price. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because you're sacrificing that labor, that hard work, putting in that work, them sweats. And there's no new tools that's needed right now. Is using what he has, right? Sometimes we need to use what we have. Our next card is Ancestors, right? Looking at that Thursday energy. This is quite interesting, to be real with you, because the ancestors are coming from a place of, of an understanding. Let's say like your situation. They're here to give you guidance. And what this card is representing is that, final judgment from them, but the worth and the meaning of one's actions, right? What do you need to do? What does it mean? All right, let's jump into this Friday energy. Oriate. I don't know if many of y'all know about the story of Excalibur, but Oriate, you feel me? Oriate is pulling the sword of Excalibur head out of the concrete head of Elegwe. Oriate tells us the story of success, right? Card reads that the person associated with this card is apt to have a character that is competent, trustworthy, and reliable. He makes a good worker or a manager. The definition of Oriate is being able to master one's skill, and we see that in this picture. These are the cards of the week. This is our weekly forecast. You hear me? I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Stay shining. Stay hydrated. Peace.